Hi guys, Mrs. Moss here. This is another lesson in our unit over transportation, and this is calculating automobile operating expenses, mainly calculating gas usage. So gasoline is a huge part of owning a vehicle because every time you use the vehicle, it uses gas and you have to pay for that. So the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, they actually do kind of try to figure out how much gas a car uses on average. However, that miles per gallon, or MPG, it's not always accurate. So your estimated highway and your city mileage ratings are going to be shown on the new car sticker when you buy a car. However, the actual gasoline mileage might be different. So the good thing that you can do is you can actually calculate your own miles per gallon to make sure that it's the most accurate. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So our big formula to know is that your miles per gallon, or MPG, is going to be your miles driven divided by the gallons of gasoline used. So here is an example. We have example one. Your odometer, which is in your car, it tells you how many miles you've driven. It reads 12,386 miles. You drove your car until the odometer read 16,282 miles, and the car used 203 gallons of gasoline. So the question is about how many miles per gallon has your car been getting? So step one is going to be to subtract to find how far you drove, or um, how many miles you went. So I'm going to take a look at my readings. So my first reading was 12,386. My second reading was 16,282. So those are going to be the two numbers that I subtract. Okay, so these are the numbers that I'll be subtracting. So 16,282 minus 12,386. So we can pull up our Desmos calculator here, and we can go ahead and subtract those two numbers. So 16,282 minus 12,386. Enter. So we get this number here, 3,896 miles. That's how many miles that you have traveled. So let's write that, 3,896. And then step two, they're estimating the MPG. And so they estimated the numbers. They estimated 4,000 and they estimated 200. And then those are the numbers that you divided. We're going to actually use the actual numbers. So remember, we have to do miles driven, which is what we got in step one, 3,896. Now they estimated that to be 4,000. We're going to go ahead and use the actual amount. Then we'll put divide by. And then we have to divide by the gallons of gasoline used. So in the story, we used 203 gallons of gasoline. So that will be the number that we divide by. So I'm going to pull up our calculator again. So we have 3,896 divided by 203, and we get 19.19 in this big long decimal. If I was rounding this to the nearest whole number, it would round to 19. So I would say that I get about 19 miles per gallon. So they estimated and got 20 miles per gallon, which is okay if you're rounding. When you do your practice problems, you can either round or you can do the actual amount, especially if you feel uncertain about rounding. Don't worry about the rounding. Go ahead and give me the actual numbers and use the actual numbers when calculating, and that way you know what your exact answer is. All right, go ahead and try some of the problems on your own, and y'all have a great week.